Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Bread's Bakery broadcast. It's been 18 years since I last spoke about the WRU, so we changed that today. And uh, as long as nothing goes absolutely insane, these are going to be weekly, starting with this episode. So that's pretty hype. Uh, welcome in my guests. I forgot how to host my fucking show. I'm Brett. I'm the. Oh god. Oh god. It's scuffed. I forgot to tell the people who I am. No one will know unless I do that. I'm restarting the episode. No, I'm kidding. I'm not restarting the episode. I'm Brett MG, hosting the most scuffed podcast you've ever seen in your life. I'm here with Pato.
Hello.
I've got RJ with me.
What's up?
I have Gore.
I'm about to blow up.
And I've got Yota, I guess.
Oh, okay.
So, I'm not a fan.
I thought you were going to make a fucking.
I thought he was too. I thought he was too. It's what it sounded like. Oh my goodness.
Like the impression. I'm highly off that.
Man, it's like, oh god, he came back with the show and this is what he's got. This intro, this is a bad sign. I really was about to just reset the episode and then I just fucking rolled with it. Oh well. Alright, yeah, this is the episode now. We have a lot to cover today. We're going to talk about season 7. We're going to talk about season 8. We're going to talk about season 9. And we're going to talk about season 1. No, I'm kidding. We're just talking about season 7 and season 8. What happened last season, and then get kind of set up for this season. Set the stage, talk about general things. So, before we hop into that, I actually am doing a small advertisement. Normally I wouldn't do an advertisement, and I'm not being paid. But what the fuck happened? Oh no, I'm on the wrong slide! Oh god!
Shit.
Oh no!
Out loud, Raid Shadow Legend.
Oh no! Someone get a hammer. We gotta knock the rust off of my fucking podcasting. Holy fuck.
Man, I wish I could see the slide.
Okay, I'm doing a small advertisement. It's not the end of the episode slide. I'm not advertising the end of the episode. So, my wonderful wife and the person who does all the art for this podcast that isn't the team logos and things. So the bakery background and also 90% of the team logo. Actually, 100% of the team logo, for Aerial Aces, was made by my wife, and my sister did the font for us. She's making a game called Rumination, and she politely asked that I advertise it. She has a Discord server. She's looking for people to join just to kind of build some hype for it. But also, she's looking for people to try and help with things like proofreading her scripts and other stuff like that. There'll be more details in other episodes, but the link to the Discord for that will be in the description somewhere. Probably near the top. Probably the top of the description. So, if you're interested in helping out with that, go there, and we would greatly appreciate it. But yeah, so episode 17. It's been a while since we've done one of these for the WRU. I think it's been literally months. I didn't do any during season 7 because my life was a bit of a mess. I was moving, sick, rescued a cat, got a dog, a million other things that I can't even keep up with anymore. But everything's good now, so we're here, and I want to keep up with it this season, so I'm pretty hyped for that. I put a lot of hours getting this slideshow set up just today, and it's the groundwork for the whole season, so we should be good. So that's very exciting. How you guys doing? Yes, let's do a little small talk. Not too long, because it's gonna be a big episode. But how you guys doing?
I'm holding up well enough, I guess.
Oh, that's good. I'm glad you have an opinion, because no one else seemed to.
Well, anytime they ask me, I get told to shut up.
That's probably gonna throw a wrench into a lot of things this season, I won't lie.
How have you been, Pato?
Nope.
You look upset, honestly.
It's celiac, dude. I'm right next to the bread.
I can't tell if
Not
I'm.
lie, I can't really read you, Brad. You're just kind of a blank slate for me.
Yeah. yeah. Well, I mean, I'm known for my perfectly monotone demeanor. I never flinch, never blink. I'm always just this.
He's
Yeah,
just
one. I know.
standing there.
I'm related.
I'm
I'm related to artists. I could have them make a slice of bread that has a little bit of character, but I just haven't. What am I doing?
The fucking,
My closest family members are artists.
what's your bread character for the bread bowl?
Oh, that's Toasty. That's Toasty.
Yeah, Toasty. You have Toasty right under on your desk.
You're right. Toasty's just right here, but I'm just a slice of bread.
Literal loaf of bread. Just a slice of bread.
Not as it's also it's a stock photo. It's the best thing. It's just a stock photo. Oh man. So, season 7 was a season that happened.
It
Yeah.
did.
And nothing crazy happened at all, right? No, nothing wild. It was a totally calm season.
I won't lie, I don't even know if I remembered anything.
You probably didn't
It
have.
all just kind of went by for me.
I'm glad it just went by for you, because that's another reason. Season 7 was so wild that I didn't even have time for like 3 or 4 weeks towards the end of the season. I didn't even have time to do episodes. As I was busy with some other stuff. But we'll get to that. It was quite the season. I guess we'll get into it. Starting with the results. There they are. Boom. Season 7 covered in its entirety.
Yippee!
Yeah, so we're not going on a race-to-race basis, because we would be here for 4+ hours, like just covering every race. So we're gonna do a broad recap. So I'll go ahead and we'll start with the Acceleron overall standings. Riptide won. They won. They clinched the championship with, I think, 1 race to go. Maybe even 2, because they won by 41 points. So they mathematically secured it one week early, but they were pretty much had it like 2 weeks before, more or less. Everyone kind of knew it was coming by the end of the season. But very exciting, because they had never won before. They've been runner-up and third a number of times. So they finally pulled through and got it. Neostorm Evo was second with a last race resurgence that bumped them up from, if I recall correctly, 4th. They were 4th going into the last race and came out on top. BSB.
Yeah, 'cause
Yep, go ahead.
I think it was a tie.
Yeah, that was super close. There was like a tie.
No, like, literally tied.
Yeah. Were all 3 of them tied, or was BSB up by like 1 or 2 points?
I think BSB was
Yeah.
up by like a few points, and it was tied between Shaded Speeders.
Yeah, I think that sounds about right. That sounds about right. Here, let me go back just for curiosity's sake. Let me go back. Yeah, no, that's too far back. Wow, what am I doing? Here we go. Yeah, going into that last... No, they weren't tied. Going into the last race, BSB had a 1-point advantage on Shaded Speeders, who had a 1-point advantage on Neostorm. So it was like... It was 3 points, or no, 2 points. 2 points separated 3 teams. And that was Very wild going into that last race. I'm pretty sure I did the live episode around that, if I recall correctly.
I believe so,
I,
because it was very. Oh, I'm trying to remember the day.
I think the day of the race, I did a live episode to talk about it, and that's the one that's lost to time. I think that's the infamous 13th episode that you can't find on YouTube because Twitch deleted it before I could save it. So, yeah, we did talk about it back then, and then there was Carlworks. We were last. Big rip. Yeah,
Sage.
We'll talk about the each individual team. They all kind of have their own slides, so we'll dive into it here in a second. But then on the Nitrox side, Hyperspace Renegades won Nitrox with what was that? 21 points over Equalizers. And Diamond Bombers was comfortably third, and Street Demons was in fourth pretty comfortably, and last was Blackheart Racing. Nitrox, the last couple weeks, it felt like Nitrox was pretty stable. I think Diamond Bombers and Street Demons were close with BHR for a moment, but I think by that last race, everyone kind of knew what the outcome was going to be. Or am I remembering it right?
If I remember, it was like the last 2 to 3 races. That's when BHR was basically set in stone, and it was just kind of a fight between Diamond Bombers and Street Demons. It was just kind of figuring out who would take the third place from there.
Right. And the top two teams were not like locked up, but they were kind of in a battle all their own for the better part of the season.
They were in their steady pace. Like, I know. Oh fuck. God, I can't remember. That's been so long already.
Exactly, and that's why we're not going like race by race, because trying to remember things that happened so long ago now, like all we can really do is cover it generally. But I would say generally, for the most part, it was a good season. Very competitive, especially in Acceleron for that second, third, fourth. Then in the back half of the season, like it was very close. So that is always fun to see. There was stuff on the line even down towards the end of the season. So now we'll dive a little more in depth on how each of these teams did. Starting with the Season 7 champions. So Riptide finally breaks through and were the Season 7 team champions in Acceleron. And Hyperspace Renegades accomplished what they were aiming to do probably a season earlier and won Nitrox in Season 7. I guess we have RJ, so congratulations on winning Nitrox last season.
Thank you very much for that. Definitely felt a lot more chill compared to the previous season, if I'm gonna be honest, for our team. At least.
That first Nitrox season, in Season 6, that was very, very competitive, if I recall correctly. Like,
it was.
Hyperspace, Shaded Speeders, and BSB were like, it was like an all-out brawl, like every single week between the three of you. And that was back when we still had collisions on racing, so that was something else. But yeah, I mean, you guys managed to finally get the win, which is very exciting. So you guys will be up in Acceleron this season as the fourth team. You guys prepared for that?
I won't lie. I've been away for a lot of the preseason, so I don't really know what's going on too much within the team, I guess.
Gotcha.
I haven't really done any livery work or anything at all. It's mostly been advanced so far from what I've seen that's been doing deliveries.
Mm-hmm.
It's doing an amazing job with those, by the way.
Yeah, I haven't. I was wondering what was up with those. I'm excited to see them because I didn't know what was who was making them. Hearing that Advance is making them, that's exciting.
Yeah,
Also glad to hear that Advance. We'll get into the rosters later, but I'm glad Advance is back in Acceleron. That dude is something else.
absolutely.
And then I know we don't have any. It's rare that we don't have any Riptide members on this show, but I know that they were very happy to finally break through. Um, Neostorm Evo had won a few seasons in a row, and then before them it was oh gosh, Wild Riders. And so it'd been a while since we really had a big shakeup at the top. Riptide was always close, but just out of reach. So they finally break through and win and get the gold trophy. So I know they were super excited for that, and congratulations to them. I know they're going to try their absolute best to repeat. So we'll be looking forward to that this season. We'll talk about their we will talk about the roster changes and all that here in a little bit. But huge congrats to them. Second place. So I mentioned it earlier. Neostorm Evo was in fourth going into the last race, and what was basically a head-to-head-to-head shootout with BSB and Shaded Speeders, and they clutched up in what was definitely not the easiest season for them, and got second place, which was impressive for sure. And then Gunner got his team, Equalizers. They had a couple of newer drivers that really popped off for them, help lock up second place in Nitrox. I know Neostorm had a lot of bad luck. I don't remember exactly what all happened. I know that Kami DC'd in the very first race, and that kind of set the tone for their luck. But
Yeah.
they
For
didn't.
myself, I can say my laptop wasn't helping. I had to
Right.
install a lot of software for my college, and it wasn't working.
Right.
Yeah, I remember Animax had something with OBS. I think it was in our team track.
Oh,
In
that's
Iron
right.
Impulse.
That's right. I forgot
Its
about that.
OBS popped in lap 2. Yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah, he died. Pipes had another thing. I don't remember what happened to him. But yeah, pretty much just mishaps.
Mm. Yeah, and they pushed through it though. Like you guys kept up with everything and still had a good season result. There were a couple teams that had bad luck and weren't able to clutch up. So it's still, all things considered, a second place is very, very respectable considering everything you guys pushed through.
I'm thankful my teammates were able to rescue the season. I
Yeah.
would have felt awful if we had gone to Nitrox,
Mm.
basically because of my fault.
Right. But yeah, I mean, when push comes to shove, that last race was a Kami Pipes race, and they had bad luck last season, but when it mattered, they absolutely delivered, and they brought home second place. That's very exciting. And I think for Gunner, he got the right pieces around him. He has a solid team. He's actually got a pretty good unit with Lotar and Deep Dish. He's got others there too. I know X11 was a surprise for them. He raced pretty well. He just got the right people in there.
Last race, third.
Yeah. He got the right people in there, and they performed well all season. I'll be honest, I wasn't super high on this team going into the season. If we had done preseason power rankings, I probably would have put them towards the bottom. So they shut me right up. It's a good thing we didn't do any of these last season because I would have looked real bad. I would have looked real dumb because they stepped up and had a great season. Second place is very respectable. I'll be curious to see how they do in Acceleron, but I think they'll do good. I think they'll be a solid team up there.
I think people, myself included, tend to sleep on players that are not as active on the league.
Mm-hmm.
X11, for example, and well, Lottery is quite active.
Right.
But Joy and X11, we don't see them as much, although Joy is speaking a lot recently.
Hmm.
They are good.
Yeah,
They
for
keep
sure.
up, and they can win races.
Yep. Absolutely. I think what's a common theme in the second game is like finding new drivers who are like if not a whole lot of people have heard of them, but they show up and they always seem to perform really well. It feels like, and I feel like Gunnar nailed it when he put his team together, and they all stepped up, and I think they overperformed to what most people expected of them. I think,
Yeah,
at
Big
least
Fish
for
appeared
me.
like 1 month before the season started, I think.
Yeah, more or less. I think that's right. Yeah, right before the season, and he did great. He's doing good stuff. He makes great tracks. He did their liveries, didn't he?
Yeah, he did, and they're
Yeah.
I
pretty
think it's.
nice. They're
Did you see the samurai liveries he made?
No, I
oh
didn't.
yeah,
I haven't seen those. I bet those go
Those
hard.
are very nice.
Yeah, and it's always fun too, is we get these new guys in here and they're very they get involved quickly. And that's always awesome. So I'm glad to hear that. And so we'll move on.
Can I do a little plug-in?
What's up?
I was gonna say, can I do a little plug-in for the server?
Oh
Just be
yeah,
like,
sure,
hey,
go ahead.
if you're not part of the WRU, I highly do recommend joining if you're very much interested in being just in the community, wanting to share your your creative outlook and all that stuff, like your tracks, your liveries, just to show and be a part of the community. Like we really would love to have more users in the community in the server. We also have an Instagram and TikTok if you guys want to follow. But it's very much it. We're an open community, if you are interested in being part of a group or like joining the WRU, we have, even though we are starting the newest season soon, we hope to continue. And if anything, you guys are all welcome to be in the next season as well.
You can be in this
There are open
season.
slots.
See, Street League is a driver driven league.
League too, yeah.
Yeah, Street League is driver driven. It is not team oriented. It's an individual series, and you do not need to be in a team to be in Street. It's actually for people who are not really on teams. It's a perfect place for
And
you to
it's
go
more,
and see what you got.
it's more friendly to newer players too.
It's actually proven to be a successful pipeline because a lot of the best drivers in the league these days started in Street and were picked up halfway through a season. So um, it'd be great. If you're interested in any of this, feel free to join. I'll also probably put the link to the server in the description. So you want in
When we get to
all kinds of
tracks,
stuff.
we'll cover Street more.
Yeah.
But Street this season is looking really good.
Yes. I love the Street schedule. It's going to be really fun. I'm very excited for it. All right, so on to third places from season 7. BSB finished the season. I love rooting against Dandu because it's fun. But his team actually did pretty well and did not get relegated right away. They finished third place. They almost had second, but they finished third in their first season in Acceleron since season 4, when the original team was in Acceleron. And then Yota, your Diamond Bombers, survived their first season in Nitrox,
Yes,
finished
sir.
third place. So tell me about that.
Well, it's nice just because I know my drivers, especially like TJ and Rocker, it's something where trying to help get TJ and help have him shine, especially with how he loves off-roaders and rally cars. It was something where like I went ahead and went to make our team track for that season more of an off-road type feel. So at least something it's for him to kind of shine within the league, and especially with Rocker. Rocker, he started as like he was in season 6 as mid-draft player for Gunner's team, and he wanted to kind of spread out. And when I picked him up, he was really good. he started really in the mid pack, then just going through the season, like especially with the last race, he had a
Yeah.
mess up and he was able to get into second still. He was
Yeah,
able to
you're
be in
right.
podium.
He's another
And it's
driver who
just
elevated, which is awesome.
yes, very very much. And it's like that's something like especially with my team, I want to help promote my drivers. Yes, it's my team, but to me I want to put the spotlight on my guys and just kind of have them um show what they can do, you know. I know for this season I'm going to try to have the spotlight on Rocker, but either which way I'm still trying to make sure my guys still have a chance to outshine and show what they can do. And especially with the last race, it TJ and Rocker did such an amazing job both claiming first and second. I am very proud of my guys on that.
Awesome, dude. Congratulations on that. And then we had Dan Dube's BSB Thrash Again Done team. They got third. Again, they were part of that big battle at the end of the season. They fought hard. I know they were hoping for more. It was right there for them. But looking back on it, considering the struggle Dan Dube teams have had, I'm sure he is still very proud of his guys and what they have accomplished with this team. Considering a lot of people probably wrote them off when the team came back. Everyone was like, man, why the hell does Dan Dube have a team for the third time? So to see them get up to third in Acceleron, that is, I'm sure, a big deal. You may play it cool and not say that it's a big deal, but I'm sure it's awesome for them. For as much as we like to goof on them, third in Acceleron's a big deal. So congrats to them. And that there is where the fun kind of ends for a lot of the teams. Everybody else was some degree of suffering, which we'll go ahead and start diving into. I guess before that, though, we had to talk about the finales. So we'll just kind of run through this real quick. The Acceleron finale, Kami Kolo won once again in the Acceleron finale. He won by 4 points over Mac, and then it was Weeb, Judge, Fidestic, Wampy, Wolf Racer, Power Pipes, and Edu. Congrats to all them for earning finale invites over the course of the season. Making it to a finale is a big deal. Even if you don't win it, even if you don't do well in it, winning that race, earning that invite is still huge. So congrats to them, and congrats to Kami for another season finale, I guess finale victory. So he got to keep Accelerator once again, and he won another team. And we'll talk about what that became here in a little bit. The Nitrox finale, Lotar won, followed by his teammate Gunner. And then it was Advanced and Geel, tied with 37, and it was Deep Dish, Copper, Yota, Rocker, TJ, and then RJ had left after the second race. So not really a good representative of how that went, but congrats to all you guys for making it to that finale as well. Any comments on how that finale went?
It hurt.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
I don't know why. The game itself was just. It was so like, how do I put this? It was laggy, It just wasn't
It's
performing.
temperamental.
We also had a
I
lot
just
of
kept dying over and over on the second race, so that was just like. That kind of started driving a nail into the coffin a bit for that whole Grand Prix for the finale.
Right.
Well, because we also had a lot of I can't remember. I don't know if it was the second race it started, but I know for the third race it was. I think it was either Lotar or Advanced that kept disconnecting in the first lap, and I don't know if that happened in the first race as well. I just know we had a lot of resets because either Lotar or Advanced were disconnecting, and it was longer than it should have been because of those resets. So it was a long day too. So Frustration was especially in the finale.
Sorry, I'm outside. Give me a second. Stall for do something. Say something.
Oh yes. But yeah, it's just like I said, it was just a lot of frustration. It was just like it was especially with me and TJ being on off-roader vehicles. TJ just had the benefit of just having more boost power than me, and just kind of I'm just basically hitting walls that entire
Yeah,
time.
that is tough. That is the tough thing about off-roaders is when you get off of off-road tracks, they get to be a bit tough.
Well, Baja truck. But I know if I remember correctly, either which way, the first three drivers like Lotar, Gunner, and Advance, they fought for it. If Advance, there was one race where I think it was the third race where he disconnected in the second lap, so we couldn't really restart. So he had to eat those points, but at least he still got up to third. He was still in the podium.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Yep.
it's just we didn't have. I think we had at least one driver from each team except from BHR in the Nitrox finale.
Yeah, if my numbers are right, we had 3 from Diamond Bombers, 3 from Hyperspace Renegades, and no, is that right?
Yeah.
That's correct.
And then we had 3 from Equalizers.
No.
Or is it 2?
No, it was 2.
And then
Advance was
oh
Advance
right.
Street Demon.
Right. No. Yeah. Yes, you're right. So sorry, I was struggling to math, and also my dog is being a dog right now. Hi. So congrats to Lotar. That was the Diamond Bomber, or not Diamond Bombers. Good gosh, Equalizers were a handful of points away from sweeping the Nitrox finale podium, actually, with Lotar, Gunner, and Deep Dish there, just 4 points away from advanced.
Yeah.
And then the last, I mean, that league does not award teams or anything because it's the lower team, but the lower league, I guess, team league. Last league finale to really talk about was the Street League finale. We had a couple drivers who couldn't participate. I don't remember who that was. Again, this was a little while ago now, so I apologize to those of you who were unable to race but were in the finale. But Mac won the Street League finale. I was second. Then we had Bizor and Fidestic, Wampy, Copper, Weeb, and then Alyssa. I had a massive comeback drive in the Street League finale. I had boost glitch and then died on the first lap, but managed to pass pretty much everybody and still got second. And when Mac won it, he passed on the team. He passed it down. So I've got a team this season, which is very exciting, but we'll talk about that in a bit. You guys have any other comments on the finales? Anything else to say?
Kinda, I guess. I'll let Yota go first.
Yeah.
Oh.
No
Okay, I
comment
guess
from you,
I'll go
Yota?
then.
Yeah, go ahead, RJ.
No, I just said woohoo and that's it.
Okay.
Didn't hear it.
Sorry.
I still find it kind of wild that I theoretically could have made it into the finale if I actually went with the monster truck for Street this season instead of Power.
Oh, right? Yeah.
Because I actually could have won the final race for Street.
Yeah, and it's kind of funny, right? Because that's Infinitrack, and I had to race that Acceleron race, if I recall correctly. So I did not race in... Or did I race the last one? I think I did for Curlworks. I don't remember. But yeah, I didn't get to race that Street League race, but I always love racing Infinitrack. I always have a lot of fun with it. It's in the second game, it's even sillier because it's the weirdo like fun picks that end up winning the race. So the heavy duties with their boost regen actually go kind of hard on Infinitrack, which you don't really expect. But it definitely opens the door for someone or something unconventional to make the street finale, which is always fun to see. So yeah, let's take a peek at the next slide, which I'm pretty sure is the beginning of the sad news about those other teams that weren't in the top 3 in each league. It'd be a good time for Gore to reappear. I'm curious where he went.
He just disappeared.
Yeah, he
Like,
messaged in text for voice.
It said his internet died and he was trying to reconnect. Still hasn't.
Yeah, I noticed.
Been a bit, huh?
Yeah, he's been dead for a minute, but he was here for the very beginning, so he, okay, cool. He says he'll be back soon. We're saying
We're
we're saying goodbye to a few teams for various reasons. BHR, Street Demons, Curlworks, Shaded Speeders, and Neostorm Evo are all teams that are that was their last season. That's a lot of teams. I'm not saying everybody's a math expert, but normally it's just 2 teams. It's supposed to just be 2 teams that cease to exist at the end of a season. But any person with good eyes who's a little bit observant might see that there's 5 teams here that are gone.
entire league.
Yeah, we had half of the 10 teams that existed last season will not exist in Season 8. So that is pretty notable. We're going to go through what happened with these teams and what has taken their place. Starting with BHR. BHR was eliminated from Nitrox. They finished last, which means they have reached the natural conclusion of their life as a team in the WRU. They were the only team remaining from the first season of the WRU, back when it was still called Cobalt's World Race, if I recall correctly. So,
The grandfather of the
yeah. So, yeah. The salute to BHR for a very, 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 very long run. Through the first game and through a good chunk of the second game. Thanks for the memories and rest in peace. Except, they're not really done. After Kami won the Acceleron finale, there was a team that needed to exist, and Kami gave that team to Den Mirasan, who revived Racing Drones. And Racing Drones happened to pick up a lot of the members from the recently killed off BHR. So welcome back, question mark, because they once existed. So welcome back to Nitrox Racing Drones. Pato, this is your team now, right?
Yeah, Ivan turned into me, basically. It's what happened.
Yeah. I love that the gag with the BHR team server is it's turning into the drones, like it's corrupted. And they have like
all the drivers guys.
Yeah. I kind of love it. So the spirit of BHR kind of lives on with racing drones, which is always fun. Hey, Gore's back.
There's a joke. Oh, Gore's back.
I'm alive.
There's a joke I want to say where basically all the drivers just been condemned, but you won't get it. Only Foot would have got it. But he's not here, so
Yeah, I get it.
Used to say,
The
I'm
hell
sh-
did
Actually
I
watching
miss?
stories.
just because I haven't seen it doesn't
There's a
mean no one
robot
else
duck.
has.
Ruby is
No,
gone.
Julie, no.
Oh, yeah.
No, not
I'm in
Shuby,
love
no.
with the good old vines. Robo Beach.
There's another one, but we're not allowed to say it.
Yeah. So,
No,
we have ourselves a new team, but it's got some classic members on it. So that's awesome. Well, it's not even really a new team. It is a new team, but Racing Drones was a thing. When was Racing Drones, the original one, killed off? Were they a season 1 team?
They were a season 1 team, but they died, if I recall correctly, season 2.
That's correct.
After Ghost Boy got sent to the Shadow Realm, aka the bookshelf.
I heard stories.
That's right, the bookshelf.
I've heard the stories.
Yes, that's right. That is right. Yeah, so, welcome back, Racing Drones. That's not a team I was expecting to get revived, but welcome back. So then, the next team to talk about is Street Demons. I think the best way to sum up their season was bad luck
Oh,
and also some scheduling conflicts because they had a lot of subs.
Yeah.
And I know that.
There-
Sorry, go ahead.
I was just gonna say the entire Riptide team, I believe.
Yes. Yeah. The entire Riptide team pretty much subbed for Street Demons at some point. Which normally it sounds like that would go well for Street Demons, but the subcar is still the subcar, you know? Like it's not very
Yeah.
good in most circumstances. So
And
even
it's
with
not guaranteed to work.
right, so even with the best drivers, there's no guarantee that will pan out. And even when they did have their guys, I know they had some bad luck in races. It's just, a thing that happens in these leagues. It's a shame, though, because I absolutely loved this brand. I love the color scheme. I love the idea. The liveries were super cool. So I was a little sad to see him go, but...
It was voted the #1 library set
Yeah.
of the season, by the way.
Yeah, that's right. They were voted the best liveries of the season. I forgot that was the thing, actually. But yeah, good. Thanks for reminding me.
Yeah.
One thing I remember vividly is the last race where Affleck subbed in, and I think he was in podium, and once it hit the third lap, right as he landed after the jump, he just disconnected. He was gone from existence.
Oh, that's right.
Ouch.
Oh, that's right. He did DC out of the very last race, didn't he? Oh, it's such a shame. Such a shame.
That's the race
And
Party
you-
Rocket did an amazing comeback on, right? Like,
Yes.
From last to first.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Rocker got to come back on that one because first lap I think he landed it wrong and it just bounced him and he had to respawn. Then from that entire race, it was just catch up, and that's when he got second place. Like Rocker's POV is such an amazing race in general. Like I feel like you could just post that and that's all you need for the last race for Nitrox. It's just Rocker's POV.
Right. Yeah. Because
You know-
he had a good view of most of that race.
Oh yeah.
I'm going to put the tinfoil hat here for a second.
Oh
but I
boy.
think it's a bad idea to have pink colored cars.
Yeah. Yeah, you're
the
right. Holy
pink
crap.
colored tips got
If you had
fucking
pink on your
sent to oblivion.
if you had a pink colored team, you got rocked last season. You're right. I didn't even realize that.
Well, I'm sorry. If you want me to, I can change the color scheme entirely.
Like Wolfpack is just like, oh shit.
Oh no,
I
I'm in
didn't
danger.
notice that shit. And they're fucking pink, and we haven't spoken about the new teams,
No,
did
no,
we?
yeah. We haven't. We're getting to some of them. So we haven't gotten to that one yet, though. We talked about racing drones. So now we have, of course, Soul or Swole, not Soul, Swole, had the opportunity to make a new team due to another circumstance we'll talk about here in a little bit, and he won it. So he's back with a new team. I also really like the theming behind, and that is Black Flag Scallywags. So very excited to see what they come up with this season, and we'll talk about their roster and things here in a bit. But I'm glad that Swole has another team to work with because I really like his liveries and I like the designs and themes that he comes up with.
But
Brett,
Milestone doesn't like his liveries.
Yeah, I know Milestone doesn't like his liveries. Shout out to Milestone for sending any livery that has a little bit of red on it. Not tons. If he's got a ton of red, it's okay. But if it has a little bit of red on it, they send it to the Shadow Realm. Because their stupid automated system thinks it's blood. But, if someone posts racist garbage or Pornhub cars, those are cool in a Hot Wheels game.
the good old Viagra car.
Yep. So anyway.
Had to try and re-upload freaking Nader's finale.
Yes, that's right.
Yes.
Like 3 times.
That's right.
I had to change like the red to orange. This is BS.
That's
dude.
so insane, dude.
Yeah.
Same thing happened with because I know when Animax made his Nader's livery at the beginning of the season, he had to change it to hot pink because of the red too.
Yep.
Like just red and even though it was a lot of red on that one as well. For some reason, red is just not a good color, even though it's there.
One of my favorites, so it's a shame, but yeah. Apparently, if you're going to use red on your liveries, you better be a lot of it.
Dude, I made this livery, like the duck with the popping eye. That's
Oh,
Gore,
yeah.
basically.
Oh, you're
And
right.
it didn't pick it up.
Oh my goodness, you're right. I didn't even think about that. Oh my
Shout
goodness.
out to Norton's used tampon livery.
It should be.
Oh my goodness, dude. It's so cursed, but yeah. Well, hopefully Swole can find a way around the dumb milestone thing because I'm super excited to see what he has to cook up for this team.
Maybe Milestone is fascist because they're removing all the red.
I don't know. But Shaded Speeders. Oh, Shaded Speeders. That was an ugly end to Shaded Speeders. They were very close, actually, to surviving. Almost got second, actually. They were just a point away going into the last race from being second place. But their driver lineup was very wounded, I think is the right way to word it. They only had a couple drivers to field by the end of the season. They were disbanded. That's the best way to put it. After season 4, the brand retired and put on the shelf. That was just in the end. There was not a not great series of events that unfolded. Kind of beginning in the middle of the season at the mid-season break. It kind of continued through the end of the season or through the 3 or so weeks for a little bit. Multiple drivers faced very serious punishments. Shit played out like a soap opera where there was just unbelievable plot twists that no one could have even remotely foreseen.
It was like one of those Indian soap opera
Yeah.
montages
Yeah.
with 50 different angles and shit happening.
Right, yeah. I mean, it really was. And I would say that managing that situation absolutely kept me from being able to do a podcast for the second half of the season because I was very involved from the admin side of things. There is a very accurate very accurate, that to the point where it quite literally just copy pasted messages of us handling the situation. There's a 30-minute video by Kami Kolo on YouTube called The Shaded Turnabout. If you want kind of all the information you want to see, basically like a silly retelling, but still pretty like this is what happened and all the behind the scenes of it. It kind of explains it all there, but basically there was a lot of under the table stuff, cheating, very blatant rules, behavior issues. There was a lot of stuff that came up, and we decided at the end of the season, even though this team technically should have been in Nitrox, its reputation was pretty tarnished, and I don't know if the remaining drivers really wanted to be tied to it anymore. We thought from an imaging standpoint, it would be best to disband the team and let it start as something new, get a fresh start on things, a new outlook. It's not weighed down by a kind of a troubled season 7. Yeah. So thanks for everything, Shaded Speeders. They were our first champions of Nitrox, right? They won season 6.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
correct.
that's
Yeah. So
Yeah,
It's barely lost to BSB.
Yeah. So they accomplished a lot. They definitely made their mark in the league history books. It's a shame that it ended the way it did. I certainly wish it didn't end the way it did. I would have much preferred an ending where everything played out fair and square and there wasn't drama and things that kind of uprooted how all that played out. But it wasn't the reality we got. But yeah. Any comments from you guys on that situation?
Shit happens, man. Just shit happens. I don't think it's like proper to say anything else because already a lot of shit happened, and like it's better to let that shit die out properly. Like the best way to describe it is shit happened.
Yeah.
I don't. It's just we need. I feel like just kind of going ahead and moving on from it because it's very. It's a once you like really know what like the whole story of it. It's like it's hard to talk about, and especially with how far it goes.
Right. So that'll pretty much be the end of our talk on it. It was a major thing that happened last season, so it couldn't be. We couldn't just ignore it, and not bring it up. But yeah. So that basically that's our piece. If you want to see the whole story, pretty much unedited, like just exact screenshots to copy pasted. Kami put together that video on YouTube. Just search it. If you didn't know what happened and want to know more, that would be the place to go. But that was the end.
Do your
of them.
homework.
Yeah.
Put the link in the description, please.
Yeah, this will be the third link I put in the description. But yeah, so there you go. Moving on to on a slightly happier note, I would say, in a way. Animex decided that the time was right to step back from captaining. He was happy with everything he had accomplished with Neostorm Evo, with a number of first places and a second place. So he decided that the time was right to step down as the captain and retired the brand. He's passed it off to Kami. So Kami is now the captain of the team, and he rebranded the team into Highway Horrors. That's a nice logo.
Used with Highway Wars.
You didn't have to say it. You didn't have to. You did, but you didn't have to.
That's evil.
It's right there. I couldn't.
Have you guys been seeing the liveries for this team, by the way?
The Kami
Yeah,
did just
absolutely.
post Animax's.
Yeah, they look so good. I love all of Kami's work on the liveries. They are always sharp. And I know he was having issues, I think, getting his livery up, he was having issues with it. One of them had a little bit of red on it, so he was dealing with that the auto flagger thing. But
The lovely AI bot that Milestone left us with.
yes, but yeah, I'm glad he got him out there. I'm super excited to see what this team does. I know their team
If
track
you like
is
those liveries,
quite a
you
ride.
can also check out a ballistic and a surf and turf he did earlier.
Yes, yeah, they were like proof of concept liveries he was making before he even had the team. Yeah, yes, they're very cool. So that team will be in Acceleron, taking the space of Neostorm Evo. So that is exciting. I guess I should point out that Racing Drones and Black Flag Scallywags we previously talked about, they are both in Nitrox. Curlworks. Curlworks, after a disappointing season, I mean, Gore, if you want to talk about the decision to move on from the Curlworks brand, I'll let you take the wheel. He's muted. Well, I didn't realize he was muted.
Yeah.
That's awkward. Anyway, yeah.
With it.
I guess I'll elaborate on this season a little bit. Curlworks was also a very unlucky team, and it felt like we could not catch a break. I was confident going into the first race, but realistically, looking back on it, I was underprepared. So I had a skill issue right off the rip. Just right away, had a big issue in the first race and finished 9th. Kami finished behind me because he DC'd, so I was effectively last. I had other issues throughout the season. I messed up the jump tech on the third track. That one Kami track. What was it called? Night of Fright. It was Night of Fright. Messed up the jump tech on Night of Fright. Something that I was pretty confident with through all the test runs. And so it just kept burying us in a deeper and deeper hole. My only decent race in the season, I think, was the Riptide track. But even then, I don't think I did super, super great. So... yeah, we just kind of struggled in general. It was just a bit of an off season for everybody. We did the best we could with who we had, and it just wasn't panning out quite right for us. So I know I don't know what happened to Gore, but yeah, he decided to go ahead and move on. We weren't sure who was going to be the person to take over Curlworks for a bit. We knew that I was trying to get a hold of a team. I wanted to get my own team, though, and spoiler alert, I pulled that off. So Gore ultimately passed it on to Wolf of Vengeance, and he rebranded it into Wolfpack. He kept one of the Curlworks drivers with him. He kept Billick with him. And Gore he was originally going into retirement, but he's actually come out of retirement. He's still racing. He's with you now, right, on Diamond Bombers?
Spoilers.
Yeah.
Spoilers.
Right, we'll get to that. But he's making their livery still, so Gore livery's still around. That's very nice. But yeah, Wolfpack. We'll talk about them here in a bit. But that is what happened to Curlworks. Wolfpack will be one of the Nitrox teams. And the final Nitrox team, so if you're keeping up with the Nitrox teams, we have 4 new Nitrox teams, basically. My time has come. Aerial Aces, my team. I had a big recovery drive, and if this episode wasn't already going to be very long, I would play that POV because I'm very proud of that race. But we're not going to do that because that's like 12 minutes of racing that we don't have time for. So, I managed to clutch up and was passed down the team when Mac didn't want it. So I got my own team in Acceleron, or not Acceleron, God, in Nitrox, not Acceleron. We're in Nitrox. So very excited to finally get my chance with this team. I was kind of hoping to have it for season 7, but instead we're here for season 8. So and I'm very happy about it.
Whoa.
So we'll talk about all that here in a little bit. Hi, dog. I don't know if I had a dog last time we did one of these, but I have a dog now. His name is Spyro.
Huh.
He's hanging out with me right now.
That's cute.
Yes, he's a sweetheart. He also eats grass a lot, and he ate mulch the other day, which was not good for him. But he's all right. He's just being a silly right now. He's climbing all over me. So yeah, that's what happened with all the teams, and that's all our new teams. So let's start talking about season 8. I'm pretty sure the next slide is a season 8 slide.
Sure,
It is.
Man,
Let's go. Yes, season 8 is here. I think we've talked about the ban list a little bit. I think actually it might have been announced on Breadcast, if I'm honest. I know the wheels were done for the car draft were done on this. I don't remember if it was announced here though. But so this is the Nitrox and Acceleron ban list. I'm not going to read all those cars off. I don't have the energy to do it. So if you're just listening, if you're not listening, sorry, you know, just pause and take a gander. But what do you guys think about the ban list for this season? I know there's a lot of complaints that we banned more cars, but I'm curious to hear what you guys think about it.
I'm pretty happy. You know what? I'm pretty happy with it. You know.
Hmm. I know a lot of people were very like, oh, sorry, go ahead.
I mean, I still think it's overkill in some areas, but at the end of the day, I wouldn't say it really affected me too much at all in terms of drafting at all.
Gotcha.
As the Lord said, get good. If you get affected by it, get good. There's still cards from every category. So shut the fuck up and play the fucking game. Learn to drive something else.
Yeah, so I mean, I don't know. There were a couple cars I was a bit torn on banning. Like the Quattro, I wasn't so sure that it needed to be banned, but we decided to do it. I generally though agree with the ban list. I think we got rid of some stuff that we probably should have. Like we got rid of some stuff that we probably should have gotten rid of. Like bump around, I think was
all the
maybe
5
problematic.
beepers. Yeah.
Yeah.
All the 5 beepers got removed, like as a whole, from every single class except like Drifter.
I think so.
The only class that is not is Drifter. Yeah, Bone Shaker and Muscle Tone were the only 5 peepers that were not banned. Pretty based, I say.
I will say I don't like this ban list, not because of the ban list. Let me rephrase. I love the Lancia Stratos. I don't like that it's so good that it has to be banned.
Yeah, I feel you on that one. I don't know what the right answer is to that. I don't know if maybe in a future season, instead of banning more stuff, we go the opposite direction and unban some stuff. But I don't know. I think the meta will be pretty cool for this season at least, and we'll take some feedback and make decent changes, or if needed, for season 9. But yeah, I think the meta will be pretty good.
To me, it's just kind of like I look at this list and there's like one card that stands out that I kind of like sat. I'm like sitting here and like I wish I could use it now, and that's just F1 Racer. F1 Racer to me, it just would be cool. I don't know. It's nice. It's funny to me. It's just a plank. It's just a plank board. It's so fucking thin. It's like what? But it is good. It's a fast car, and you know what? I won't complain why they chose to ban it as well.
Yeah, I mean, it was a 5-pip rocket, and I think, honestly, I don't think rockets get hit as hard if last season hadn't been very rocket-oriented with the track selection. You know what I mean? Like, we had a lot of tracks that ended up being rocket tracks, and with hindsight being what it is, I think that might have affected how we ended up deciding on ban list this season. But I don't know. I have confidence that we made the right decision, and I'm hoping that we have a good meta. But if it's not good, we'll address it in the future.
It's all your fault, Brett.
No, I mean that's fine. That's fine. It can be my fault. Here's the Street League ban list, which is even more extensive.
No Swifts.
Yeah, well, that's not the first time we've gone no Swift for Street League.
No idea why Mustangs do it and not the other one. Like, I get it, but make it make sense sometimes, you know? Like,
I think one of the things that we factored in with the Street League ban list was weight modifiers.
Yeah, because you can see the Mustang and Rolling Toaster and Thunderbird.
Yeah, so we got rid of some of those as an experimental thing, and we got rid of all the rally cars. I don't think that's a change that should stick long term. I don't really think it's that big a deal. I don't know. We were just throwing some stuff in there. I think personally, I would like to see again like the Street League ban list go the opposite direction next season. But we'll see. It's all experimental. A lot of banned cars. It's kind of looking at it, it's like wow, that's a lot, but
that's to a point.
Yeah.
This one is like too much overkill.
Yeah, I see that. Like. We obviously, we came up with this months ago, right? The car draft was in like February, and we're now approaching May at the time of recording. So, looking on it with, hindsight being what it is, that's a lot of cars. Maybe too many. So, we'll roll with it for this season. It's definitely too late to make changes, I'd say. Certainly for Night Trucks and Acceleron. But if we get to the end of the season and people are definitely kind of not a fan of how thick these ban lists are, then we'll readdress it and we'll make proper changes in the future. So
they can always be reverted, like.
Yeah.
Except for a couple cars, am I right? Well, not cars.
Yeah, but I don't know if we can ever really realistically bring back motorcycles and ATVs, right?
Yeah, those are just gonna stay banned.
Those are gonna have to just stay gone, especially in collisions on racing with the motorcycles. Like
maybe the Civic.
Yeah, not everything would come back, but I think there's definitely a world where we can roll back some of these and it not be the end of the world. We'll just see how the season goes, and we will reflect accordingly. Now, on to something we definitely have not talked about on any broadcast yet. The track list. The glorious track list. Behold. Feast your eyes.
That looks so good. I wonder who made it.
I have no idea. It could have been this Pato guy. Pato, this thing looks fantastic, so thank you for making it. I'm afraid I'm going to go to the next slide because I clicked. I did. Okay, we're back.
Charlie.
It's a fantastic graphic, Pato. Thank you. It just makes things look so crisp.
Man, it's like we should hire the guy who made this to be part of the social media thing. Social media for the WFU. I don't know. I'm just saying.
Another intern. to the internship at the WRU social media account.
We pay you with experience. Get meaningful work experience. But yeah, so let's talk about these schedules. We'll go through the Acceleron schedule first. We have Kraken's Curse. Yep, Kraken's Curse. Yeah. So have you guys driven? I'm guessing you guys have driven this track a few times. It's by Kami. No. You're not driven it.
No. I have driven it, but I wanted to add, like, the best thing that could have happened, probably, don't kill me, is that the season took so damn long to start, because these geniuses right here, especially Patito, found a way to mod this stupid ass game. Bypass this stupid ass anti-cheat. So now we can do shit like with the Hot Wheels Unleashed 1, where you had a track with 999 budget, which is pretty damn based.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we actually have a lot of tracks that utilize that this season, I do believe.
It's at least half of it.
So I could do this.
What were we going to say there, Pato?
It's 3 tracks on Acceleron and at least 2 on Nitrox.
And I guess technically, I guess you could count 1 in Street because it was made in one environment and moved to another. So, right? I guess you could count that. Yeah. So, it's allowed us to be more creative, which is something we haven't really had in a minute. That was like a big hold up. Anybody on PC can actually do this, and we can move tracks around and manipulate things, and we get tracks above budget in whatever environment we want, and it's very nice. So a big shout out to you, Pato, for all your work with that. It's been huge for us.
Pato, I got a business proposition. Do you think we could make on how to do that so we could upload it on YouTube or something?
I think the concern is if we did it on YouTube.
That has to stay private.
Yeah, that can't go on YouTube. That would be a big issue, I think.
Yeah.
Milestone, they pay attention when you least want them to. The only time they pay attention is when you don't want them to, and they would certainly take notice, I think.
Not even that. It's very easy to just break your game, and if you accidentally upload the corrupted file to Steam, it's over. Like, it's really difficult to get it back.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah, and there's also, unfortunately, some people in console that don't like the game getting modded.
No, I
have to disagree, but it's understandable to a degree. But there are some people that actually have a grudge against the mods, like in the first game, for some stupid reason. And yeah, it's unfortunate, and I don't want to see people making this work getting banned for that shit.
Yeah, so probably can't put that out there, but I am glad we have a lot of tracks that use it. So we have in Acceleron, we have Kraken's Curse, we have Rhythm Rush, which is the Equalizer's team track. I've not driven that one yet, or maybe I did once or twice. Have you guys any thoughts on that one yet? Anybody?
I don't think I played any.
It's a gunner track.
Yeah, it's a gunner track is definitely the simple answer to it. It feels like a track he's made. You know, he's got like a style, a signature, really, and a lot of his tracks feel like that. Then we have the Chasm 2. And the Chasm 2 is, I think, going to be an interesting race because it's one of the few where you're going to be forced to use barrier perks. Like, there's really no avoiding them.
Someone had to hurt Fidestic. You cannot change my mind.
He just does that on a lot of his tracks, man.
He has been trying to post a track like that for as long as I know in the second game, but it has never been able to. until now. So
Yeah, I think it provides an interesting experience. It's unique.
I will say this is his first track on the second game.
Yep.
So that's cool.
Yeah, and I'm glad that he's getting in. He's a great track builder, so he definitely deserves a place in the schedule. I think this will bring a different kind of feel. You know, we've not had a track like this really, where you're like forced to run multiple barrier perks. It's going to change the builds up.
Well,
so
there was Wolf's track that had if you wanted the quick rope, you wanted
to take a barrier, yeah,
at least
but
one.
This one is 2 barriers, and it applies all over the track. It's truly a track that it absolutely owns the fact that barrier perks exist, or like shield perks exist, and you need to use them. We've not had anything like that, so I'm excited to see how it plays. And then we have Renegade Voyage, and I have got to say, Gilles and Copper went absolutely nuts with this track. Especially with the decorations. Have you guys seen it?
Yes, it is.
I haven't even been able to test out my own team track yet.
Dude,
You're gonna have to change that. Let's see.
I remember, like, I think it was late at night. I was messing around in pubs, and it showed up in a pub match, and with me and like 2 other randoms, and I'm like, ooh, what's this? And I see HSR, and I'm like, I have to play it, and it was selected, and I'm just driving through it just like slowly while the other 2 randoms were behind me struggling. I'm like, this is like pleasing. Like I could just sit here and this is eye candy. I loved it, and even then, like the feel of the track it's awesome. I love the feel of the track. They did such a good job. I remember I thought it was just Copper that made it, so I messaged him that night, and I'm like, did a hell of an amazing job.
Yeah.
And he told me that it was him and Gil, and I'm like, God, this is awesome. Like, to me, out of the entire tracks and for all leagues, it's number 1. You can't change my mind.
This shit is like going into Disneyland.
No, you know how it feels like? It feels like a bowling alley.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
That's a way to put it.
It's ironic.
Yeah, it is. I have to say, so I know that like Copper did a lot of the actual like track design, and I know Gilles did a lot of the decoration. I have to say, like, first of all, they both crushed it, but second, Copper's track building has gotten much better over time. In my opinion, some of the stuff I've seen from him lately, I do believe that his track building has gotten a lot better. It's aging well, so I definitely want to props where it's due. Props where it's due. Good job, Copper, on stepping it up with those tracks. That's paying off. So then,
Copper.
Yeah.
Don't let the words in you.
So then we have High Noon Hijinks. This was originally not High Noon Hijinks. It was originally Crankshaft Bay. We had a little bit of an issue with Crankshaft Bay.
Alexa, play Despacito.
Basically, we had a cannon, and whether we intended for it or not, Pato kind of found a new tech with the cannons that we didn't know existed.
New tech. New tech.
The problem with this new tech is that the track file is gone. What, did it just get lost in a environment move, or did you accidentally delete it, or what happened?
I am working on a collab, and I switched the save files, and I didn't make a backup.
Oops.
Oh, that sucks.
Unfortunate. That's a bummer. Well, yeah, so we lost the file, so it was not possible for the track to be fixed. So when that happened, we went back to the drawing board and grabbed the next best voted tracks, and that was for Acceleron, High Noon Hijinks. This is a pretty wild track. I remember driving this, and the first few laps are a bit overwhelming, but then I got the hang of it, and it is definitely something. Yeah, it's a commie track, and it shows. It's a wild one. Have you guys had a chance to drive this one yet? I know Pato probably has.
What is it? Oh, my bad.
Yeah, go ahead, Pato.
No.
How dare you?
I raced it to validate. Did like one lap and thought, this is really well built. This is not for Nitrox. So
yeah. No, it is not for Nitrox. It is not at all for Nitrox. It is it's a daunting track, I think is the right way to put it. It's a lot. It's got a lot going on.
Yeah.
So
it's a whole mental exercise, yeah.
I remember watching the video of Kami just doing a lap on it, and I'm like, oh, cool. And I haven't played it yet. Then I remember going into pubs, and it was the first fucking track I see. And in my head, I didn't think about it, and next thing I know, I'm going through, and I'm like, oh, this track looks familiar. Where have I seen this before? And my head's like, oh, it's the video, and I'm trying to survive all the turns. I'm like, uh-oh. That track was very wild.
Yeah, it's like doing mental gymnastics, not for the heart.
Yeah. So then we have the BSB track, Mount Basher, which is supposed to be kind of a reimagination of Mount Conquer, which is made by Killer Frost. You hate Dandoob.
I hate Dandoob for this. I hated that track back then. I still hate that track today.
Hey, man. Hate it all you want. We had a Kuro sweep on that track.
Yeah, we had a Kuro triple podium as well.
Yeah.
What Mount Conquer was.
Mount Conquer had basically you started with a kind of like a massive drop. You went straight down, and it was just a crazy fall tech section to start it. But then you would basically race your way back up to the top, and then start from there and go back down. And they kind of captured that feeling with this one. It needs a little bit of work. I don't know if it's been updated, but last time I drove it, it's not in its final form because it has a couple rule breaks that need to be addressed.
Yeah.
It's got some checkpoints that aren't in the right spot, a couple spots where they need to add checkpoints. But I think once it's been polished, I think it'll be a pretty decent track for them. So that is good.
I hate you, Dandoob.
Then we have Flower Power, which is that's Shatter, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. And Shatter cooked up a good one. This one it's shorter, but it's very fast, flowing, very fun. I think it'll be great for both Nitrox and Acceleron. So I'm looking forward to that. And then there's the talk of the town, which is Night Marathon.
Oh.
Very controversial track. It's the Highway Horrors team track by Kami. It is a very challenging track.
It's up to their standards. If they want to go with the devilish route, props to them because they're fucking making it.
Yeah. It is definitely a devilish it's a devilish track for sure. That beginning is so punishing. You really have to slow down. You can't boosting is out of the question, but even driving and then just falling to that first checkpoint off the cliff is not an option. You have to slow down. It is tough. There's a lot of sections on it that are very challenging, but I did a number of practice runs on it because I wasn't sure how I felt about the track, but it's actually really good once you get the hang of it. Like most commie tracks, like your first run is going to be torturous, but by your fifth or sixth run, you're like starting to get the groove of it, and you're like, oh yeah, dude, this has got a lot of fun elements in it. I enjoy this. So
I feel like that's a common theme with kami tracks.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Once you get the hang of them, they are super fun.
Yes.
Yes.
Like you can push them.
They are tracks that want you to push it to the limit.
Absolutely.
And that's really cool.
Mm-hmm. Then we have.
I'm sorry, going back. The Gore on Night Marathon is as good as Renegade Voyage. Like all the spiders and stuff.
Oh yeah, yes. Like the spiders around the track and everything. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like how he does that. He gets them out on the track, like in places. I can only imagine how much work he had to do in the void for that track. Like the true void.
It goes like up to 5K budget.
Yeah, like that was probably really challenging to build so much of that track, probably in the like void. And anyone who doesn't know what the true void is, like some people think the void is the track room out of bounds. No, there is oh God, Spyro, what the hell, man? There's a void where there's no light source, and it's absolutely insane.
The more you talk about it, the more I really want to get the game on my PC so I can try it.
Yeah, it's fun to do, but it's very challenging. My dog just destroyed my wife's sandals, so God damn it.
Dogs.
Sorry about that. Give me just a moment. Someone fell for a second.
Stop hating on dogs.
I think the only two tracks from the Acceleron list I haven't tried is Rhythm Rush and Ninth Marathon. Those are the only two I have not done. And
you gotta try Night Marathon, dude. You gotta try it.
From the sounds of it, yeah. Now I need to, because I remember asking Gunner one time because I was gonna post. I don't know if I posted it yet. I need to. I'm lacking a little bit, but I was gonna post a Gunner track, and I thought that I thought it was another. I thought it was gonna be his team track. Then he was like, "No, it isn't." So hopefully, I still need to try Rhythm Rush, and I think that'll be fun. Then hearing what you guys are talking about Night Marathon now, it's like, oh boy.
Mm-hmm.
Because to me, I do like how Kami like kind of decorates his tracks. Because like with what was last season's track that he made? Oh, I'm trying to remember.
Night of Fright.
Which one of them all?
Yeah, Night of Fright. Yeah, Night of Fright. Like how he uses like some of the modules as just decoration. Like they don't do anything to attack the driver. They're just there. Like how you guys said, like the spiders are in that track. To me, visuals like how Gil and Copper did, Renegade Voyage. Like to me, visuals on the track is just nice. That's what always wins me over.
That's the Unleashed one vibe. We had a lot of tracks that were like that. They were freaking black machines, but they were amazing to look at. Like what was the track? Oh yeah, the Riptide track from season. I think it was season 4. That track was legit a massive lag machine. If you were to drive it, and you were in console, your console would start fucking having a seizure.
Oh yeah.
Every time the sharks close their mouth,
it would be like a little bit of a freaking lag. Yep. Yes.
Odd.
Really happy we got this now. Again, and I can finally play it without my console dying because I finally upgraded.
Mm-hmm. I have not had a chance to race the new Riptide track, J Hammerhead. That I know it also uses. It was moved around. from a different environment. I don't know if he went into the void with it, but I know he was in the track room void with it. Pretty sure.
Yeah.
So.
It's up to 2.5k, I think.
Gotcha.
On the backyard, that's something.
Yeah. And then we end the season with Terminal 5 or Terminal V, WRU. I'm not sure which it is, if I'm being honest. And that's a Bizor track. It's a very good Bizor track. He actually made it relatively early in the second game, but remastered it for WRU.
Early tracks.
Yeah.
And it's fantastic.
It would be one of the tracks that you would constantly see in the beginning of the game's life cycle.
Yes.
Mm.
And it deserves it. You know, it's nice to get at least, even though it's a remastered, it's still such an amazing track.
Yeah.
And for it to be
it's gonna be so good.
100 times better than Smooth Dude Nitro.
Absolutely. I fully agree.
God, it's like one idiot just decided to make a bunch of accounts to like his track.
Or something like that.
Yeah, that was it.
Nitrox schedule is similar, but very different also. We have 3 crossovers this season, with that being the first last race, and then race number, 7?
Flower Power.
Yeah, race 7, which is Flower Power. So Kraken's Curse starts the season for Nitrox as well. And then we go to Aces High, which is the Aerial Aces team track. That track has been in 4 different environments. It started in Dom's garage, where I used the very beginning of Where Eagles Dare. Just kind of deleted everything and then built a new layout from there. Then I moved it to the track room to finish the layout and start doing decorating. And when I ran out of budget in the track room, I moved it to the void. And then after that was done, I put it in the backyard. So I'm very happy with how the track turned out. I'm not sure if you guys have run it yet, but I love this track. I think it fits the theme I was going for, which it feels like you're a fighter pilot doing crazy maneuvers and stuff for a good chunk of the track. So I think I'm very excited for it.
I'm going to say this. I've driven this track a fuck ton already, and it reminds me a fuck ton about Dogfight.
Yeah. I didn't think about that, but yeah, that makes sense. It does remind me of that a bit. So yeah, I'm excited to have this track in the league. Obviously, this was going to be in the league because it's my team track, but I'm glad to have it. I'm looking forward to racing it. Then we have Crazy Call SGP13. That is Wolf Racer. That's Wolf Racer's track.
Wait. You are driving Aerial Aces track?
Maybe.
Will Fidestic drive it as well?
Maybe.
I just need to know if Wolf was going to race it.
I think you're getting a little ahead of yourself there, Gore. Don't you think?
Maybe you should answer the question so it can help. I mean, it doesn't help us, It won't help us at all.
The simple answer is, Gore, I literally can't race Kraken's Curse because I will be at a metal festival all weekend.
Oh yeah, you're right.
So
you're going to be at Notfest.
Yeah, so you can probably imagine that the second race of the season, which is a track I made, I might race it. I don't know. Maybe.
Yay! Work Union.
Anyway, I'll be checking Celtic and TJ.
Yeah, so
I hate you, Jordan. I hate you.
Crazy Call. Have you guys been on Crazy Call?
Negative, no.
It's such a good track, though.
Man.
I love it. I know not everyone loves it who was on track validation, but I do. I really like this track, and I'm glad that it's getting into Nitrox. I think it's a very fun track.
Simple, but it's smooth.
Yeah. Yes. I think it's a very good fit. So
it's also Wolf's first track in the whole league, I think.
I believe so. Which is honestly kind of no Wolf Racer.
No,
Wolf Racer.
Okay.
No, I thought Wolf Racer had a track for Street League, didn't he? He did.
Oh yeah, he's had some street leagues. Yeah.
I think so.
Oh.
Yeah, he had a street league. He had at least one street league track last season. Yes.
Yeah, I think it was like "Don't Stop the DJ." Yes.
Yeah, it was. Yes.
Yeah, it is.
But I don't think he's ever had one in Nitrox, so I'm glad that he's getting that chance. No. It's a good track, and it definitely deserves to be there.
Track builder.
Omecanica? Is that how you pronounce that track?
Yeah, Omecanica.
Omecanica. Racing Drones track.
A wordplay on the letter Omega.
Right, yeah. And which totally makes sense if you look at the track decorations and everything. Man, what a track. Shatter went absolutely nuts with this track. It is very technical, but very fun as well. If you've not seen this track, you should definitely check it out.
It reminded me a lot of, what was it called? The Season 5 Blackheart Racing track. Wait, no, Season 5, no, Season 6.
Heart Tremors.
Yeah,
yes.
Heart Tremors.
Yeah. I see that. I feel that influence.
What's funny about this track is before the track list even came out, me and TJ found it and we ran it. And we're like, man, this is a nice Shatter track. Thank God we don't have to race it in the
league. Surprise!
Oh boy.
Little did they know.
Little did we know it was gonna be for the Racing Drones.
Yeah.
And I told
surprise, motherfucker.
Yep, and I told TJ he's racing it.
That's crazy.
Good. Make him suffer.
Yep.
And then after that, oh yeah, I forget he's your co-captain. Yeah. And then after that, we have Rye Rally, which I believe is the only rally track in Acceleron or Nitrox.
Yes, sir, and I'm going to send myself and Rocker on that one.
Nice. Very nice.
No optimal gaming. Fuck that shit.
Yeah, so that track is one of my only... I have like 2 off-road tracks I've ever made, and this is definitely the better one.
Red Bull gaming.
Yeah, this was in the Bread Bowl. It has very little like boost pads and stuff for boost regen, so this will be a different kind of race. You probably will favor Swifts, but if you happen to be an off-roader on this track, you'll probably be in good shape. Anything with good regen will do well here. So, Yota, you want to talk to me about that trio? I guess before we lead into that trio, we should say this is the first time this has been done. We have 2 teams that are going to do 3 sprints instead of 1 team track. So either you do 1 team track where you obviously do a 3-lap race, or you can split it up into 3 separate sprints where basically 1 lap is 1 sprint. And then we do kind of like a mini cup points format to determine the results. You want to tell me about these tracks, Yota?
Sure. It was just Swole, as you can see, is also doing that, and he's kind of the one that got me on this on this trend.
Mm-hmm.
And it was just something where I wanted to do something new. My last season, me and my team, I made a team track for off-road, so for me and TJ. And for these 3, I'm making it. I made them for me and Rocker. And so to me, it's just one of those where I accidentally found a way to make a nice rocket track to my style and my liking. And it was, I can't remember the name of the track, but it was just a nice basis. And to me, just I try to follow and continue that type of style with these 3 tracks. Like I have been trying to copy this type of style because it's very much rocket heavy orientated because you get turns that are straight 180 degrees and all that stuff, and like very sharp turns, and benefit rockets a lot. And I've been trying to basically build off of the main track that I made and continue on making them into like 3 sprints. And so I think I did real good. And I just kind of hope that me and Rocker can hold on to those tracks, especially time wise.
Yota, can I make you a question?
No.
God fucking damn it.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, sure.
Were you drunk while making?
Shut up. Don't talk about how I do things. I may have a special way of making tracks, but that's only because I'm free on the weekends.
So you were drunk making these?
Anyway, next track.
Yeah, and then we have we have Den of the Wolf. It's the Wolfpack team track. This one was Wolf of Vengeance's track, and I like this one. It's gonna be a fun race. I've raced it a couple times. So
pretty base track.
Yeah. Black Flag Scallywags. I'm really looking forward to see what all their tracks are, but Galleon's Grave is a fantastic track. I've seen it. I actually helped test that track a long time ago. So I'm looking forward to seeing what their other tracks are, but if they're anything like Galleon's Grave, they're going to be rocket tracks, and they're going to be really fun. So Swole comes up with great tracks.
Even the way the track ends is an amazing way. Like, it's such a cool idea. Because that's the one where you have to go through the nose, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Very cool. And then again.
Michael Jackson ending.
Yes. And then we end with again Terminal 5 WRU. And then we have the street schedule, which is entirely different. Shares nothing with the other leagues. We open it with Bread's Bakery, which is an old track of mine, the one that has a lot of likes. So I won't be able to race that one because again I'll be busy, but I hope everybody has fun on it. So not that I can really get anything out of it anyway, but I hope everyone who races it has fun. And then we have Pinecone, and that's your track, right, Pato?
Yeah, it was made specifically for street.
Yeah. And it's another really good track. I enjoy it quite a bit from all the testing runs we did. So I'm looking forward to racing it. Or no, I'm not racing it either. Oh no, I guess I could race it technically because I re-race on different days from Acceleron now. Yeah. So I guess I could race it. We'll see. I might roll out there.
I will. I know I will.
I don't blame you. Best of luck to you. That's My Garden. Who made That's My Garden? That's Bizor? That's Bizor. Okay, that's what I thought.
An out-of-bounds track in the backyard, and it flows really well.
Yes, it does. It drives around like the bushes and stuff outside, right? And then one of the out of bounces.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a very cool track. I think everyone will enjoy that. Stats of Champs. That's TRD.
TRD. Arcade
yes.
Track.
Yeah. And it's always good to have a TRD track in the rotation. He makes consistently good tracks. I hope he's doing well. I haven't heard from him too much lately. But that'll be a good one. Off the Trail is an off-road track. I don't remember who it's by, though.
Kami Kolo.
Oh, it is Kami. Yeah.
Off the Trail is harsh.
Sorry, good. Yeah.
It's not an easy track.
Yeah. It's a tough track, especially like for street. It's going to be an interesting challenge. But if you want to run an off-roader, I think it will do well. And we have Gaming Club, and I need to jog my memory on who that one was by.
That's another Wolf Racer track on the
Oh,
arcade.
that's right. That's right. It is the Wolf Racer track. Yes.
It has some very interesting mechanics, like some jumps, not jump tech, just some jumps, and the turns are quite original.
Yes.
Yeah, for all the street tracks, we try to, of course, pick tracks that are collision friendly. And this one, despite being quite dynamic, because, for example, Stats of Champs, it's a quite chill track. I don't think you can die in any section. You have to really try to die on that track.
Mm-hmm.
But Gaming Club, there's a lot of parts you can die on, but not because of others' fault.
Right. I think it'll be a good challenge for everybody. But I don't think it'll be bad for collisions, so I'm looking forward to that. Another Bizor Classic will be on Lantern Run, which is like a slightly reworked track that Bizor made. And then he kind of optimized it for WRU. That one is, I remember that one. It's fun because you race, obviously, around the lanterns. I've always had a good time on that track, so I think it'll be good fun to have in the league.
It's a great challenge, yeah.
Yeah. Then we have Gunner's High Score Frenzy, which is, honestly, I know I drove this track, but I don't remember what made it interesting. I think it was just a good gunner track that wasn't prone to collision issues.
I feel awful. I raced this like a few days ago. I can't remember anything.
Well,
I think it merged in my head with Gaming Club, and now I can't make either of those apart.
Yeah, I mean they're both arcade tracks, so yeah, I feel that. But and they're good tracks. I mean, the focus is, it's a gunner track. He's got that signature feel to his tracks. This one is good for collisions off or collisions on racing.
I know.
So, oh yeah.
It's one that starts with like an off-road section on the arcade, and you have to make a sharp turn.
Oh, right.
To get back on the track.
That's right. Yeah. That makes sense. Yeah, it'll be a good one. So then we have Tread Ripper. This one is, I think I've driven it a couple times. It's got a lot of magnets, doesn't it? It uses a lot of double mag.
Very turn heavy.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah, and so Kami really cooked with that one. I think it's going to be a fun track to have in the street. And then we finish it with basically a successor to Infinitrack. At least that's how we're treating it, with Le Mans 24 Hours, which is my recreation of the Le Mans circuit, but in Hot Wheels Unleashed 2, and I moved it from track room to the backyard so people can see. If you guys have done like group racing on this track, it is very interesting.
I think I've done it once.
We've seen people with pretty much any kind of car be competitive here for whatever reason.
It's like 12 minutes a session, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a long track. It's over 3 minutes a lap because Le Mans is a long track. Le Mans is a long track. So I tried to match that like as close as possible, right? I wanted the speed and the time it takes to complete a lap to feel very similar to how it is in reality. And coincidentally, it's very very similar. Well, coincidentally, it's good for basically anything. In a lot of the racing we've done on it, we've had monster trucks be very fast on this track. The only downside is because it's collision zone. You know, you have to deal with cars around them, which can be scary. But they're like sharks, and when they get up behind you, you can't see through them at all, and it's very intimidating. And I think it'll be very fun.
That's why everyone, at least for that race, will be stuck in rockets and only the 2 pit rockets.
No, I think
24, glad to the blade.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
It's so mean. Why would you make people? Why would you put people through that?
You made the track, Brett. I didn't do it. You did it.
Yeah, no, I did.
Now I want to run it. Now I want to run it.
It's a lot of fun, and I'm hoping everybody enjoys it. So.
You know, I have a plan for this season for street, and I think Le Mans is going to be the peak.
I don't want to reveal it, but I have a plan for street. It's gonna be good. It'll be fun.
You're driving the Audi?
What's up?
You're finally driving the Audi?
No. No, I'm not. Nope. You'll see. You'll see. You'll see. We're forming a mafia. You'll get to meet it eventually.
Oh, lovely.
Yes. So, yeah. So there's the schedule. We'll talk about these tracks. We'll talk about the tracks in depth on a week-to-week basis. So, that was just kind of an overview. A long one, but an overview nonetheless. So when these tracks come up during the season, we'll speak about them on a more direct level. So now we're going to talk about the teams. This is our last big point for this episode, is talking about the teams. This is Riptide Stripes roster for Season 8. It's got basically a lot of the faces you've come to recognize. So first thing you'll realize, though, is Acceleron's down to just 5 drivers per team. A lot of people are retiring, and we're not replacing people quick enough. So Acceleron's down to 5 drivers per team, and Nitrox just barely had enough for 6. So their 5 drivers for the season are Soul Crusher, EX, Wampy, Big Mac on Crack, Judge, and Aphex. So basically the same crew from last season minus Weeb, who went to he retired. So any thoughts about this roster, guys? It's basically the same crew again, minus Weeb. So
it's OG Riptide.
Yeah.
Not a Weeb. You got Bumper on band. You banned the frog.
I know. We banned the frog. Yeah, we'll see what happens with that.
I know I'm not gonna I'm not talking about the team, but it's just just how many players for Acceleron are allowed. Like, to me, like I said, if you guys are interested in being in this, go ahead, please join the server, help continue growing, so we could at least go back to at least all leagues having 6 drivers per team, or even going back to 7. It would be great to be back in that type of capacity again for the league. So if you guys are interested, or if you have a group of friends too, it's like one of those where you have to race the street to win a team, or even just get you and a group of friends and join a new team that needs drivers. We're a friendly community, so we're welcoming. We're welcoming, and it'd be nice just to help grow and continue this community of gamers, of just playing.
And if you are afraid that you've missed out on the team part of the season, you actually haven't, because we do mid-season draft where if we need to shuffle around some drivers, there's an opportunity for you to be picked up by a team halfway through the season. So, if you think you missed out, you've not missed out. You still have a chance to join. So, if you're interested, do join the server. But this they've made some pretty good picks. Finally, Soul finally gets Night Shifter. It's kind of been a meme that he's not been able to get it for a while, but he finally got it.
It's been, what, 2 seasons trying to get it already?
Yeah. And he ended up stuck with Split Image for a season when he didn't originally want it, really. He just kind of ended up with it.
That's a sentence. He's stuck with Split Image.
Right. It sounds insane, but that is truly the situation. He was stuck with it because other people wanted it, and then he ended up with it. So it sounds silly, but yeah, he was stuck with it in a way.
Then even last season he had the Golf GTI.
Yep. And it's because we sniped the Night Shifter out from under him. I was in Night Shifter last season, for example. But yeah, he finally got it. And I mean, they picked some pretty strong cars. They got 3 Swifts, a Rocket, and a Balance, which is a good set of cars to have for any team. So yeah, they're set up for another good season, I'd say.
I will want to say though too, it's cool to kind of see other more cars from at least a roster being picked out, like Velociracer, Judge just going balls deep for it, it's cool to see cars like those. To me, I would think I've always been Shark Cruiser should be a car for Riptide, but it's not really good for competitive racing, I know.
Yeah.
So at least having what is that style of Hot Wheel cars?
Beater car.
Road Beast. Road. It's not Road Beast.
It's a creature car.
Great piece.
What?
Yeah, whatever.
Either which way, it's nice to see more other cars from the game's roster being thrown into competitive racing.
Right. Yeah.
Has taken it.
It's too bad that Jet Threat's not good, because if Jet Threat was good, I probably would have picked Jet Threat.
A lot of people would have.
Yeah, it's super sharp, but it's truly just bad.
Well, one person did pick it. I won't say it yet, but one person did pick it.
So yeah, I think they're Riptide again. Yeah, I think their team is in a great spot. They got a good roster, and I think they're set up for another really good season. Next up is Highway Horrors. So we've got pretty much this is the remnants of Neostorm Evo, plus a familiar face. So it's Kami with he's in a drifter this season. He's in Bone Shaker Unleashed. We have Animax with Exotic. Power Pipes is in the Soul Air CX4, which we saw him use in Bread Bowl, so I'm not surprised to see that. We got Mickey in Ballistic, and then Corpseless is back in the least surprising car on Earth. He's in the Volkswagen Golf GTI. Just a quick note on Corpseless. I'm glad to have Corpseless back. He has been very mature about his previous ban. Apologized appropriately, and he's not caused any issues since he came back, and I applaud him for that. So nice to have him back in the community. Seems like he's learned his lesson. So I'm excited to see what he does with the rest of Highway Horrors, which is another very good team, honestly. I know it's probably the last season for a few of these guys, but I think they've got a great roster that will definitely help them compete to win this season. And then it's in the other they're Drifter, Balanced, Rocket, Swift. So again, they got the right cars as well. Excuse me, sorry.
I think it's a bit of a sleeper team, because they are not going for super meta aggressive vehicles.
Mm-hmm.
Like I think the most meta aggressive vehicle I see here is the Golf, probably.
Yep.
With
I agree.
corpseless.
Uh-huh.
But they're still like pretty decent choices.
Yep. I mean, and they're good drivers. They'll be able to make it work. They'll be able to make those cars work well. So, yeah, and that's exciting. It'll be fun to see how they do this season. Dandoob with a little bit of a rebrand. Changed the colors a little bit. It's the same team, obviously, but new color scheme. So he has come to the dark side. Dandoob has Time Taxi. He has a Swift this season. And then he's got Judas in Synchro. A Dasher has joined this team. And he is in the Corvette Stingray convertible. They have Velocity in Group C Fantasy, and they have sniped King Bomb, switching from the Audi Quattro to the Audi R8 Spider. So that's another solid team and another good group of cars, I'd say. Right? We got 3 Swifts and then a Rocket, and then what's the Spider?
No, it's 2 rockets.
Is it 2 rockets?
The Spider's rocket.
No, it's balanced.
It's about.
Okay, that's what I was about to say. I thought it was balanced.
Is it like
it's a hybrid, isn't it?
Disguised as a rocket?
I think it's
a balanced disguised as a rocket. Yes.
Yeah, that's what I thought it was, but I didn't want to say it and be wrong. Yes, yeah. So it's basically a balanced car.
Imagine they are just finding out, and they thought it was a rocket.
Right.
I mean, I knew it was a hybrid. I forgot which it was.
Yes. Yeah. Yep. I forgot which way it was too.
Oh, I thought it was a rocket. What the hell?
Well, Yoda's learning things today. Yeah, and
this game is just nothing but lies.
Considering Sniped was in the Quattro, which is now banned, this is a good swap because a lot of those off-road cars end up feeling a lot like balanced cars when they're not off-road.
Yes.
So I think that's actually a good swap for him. I think he'll fit in well there.
And he's also driving another Audi, so.
Yep, and it's another Audi, so on brand, quite literally.
What's not on brand is the Time Taxi and the driver.
Yes, I know. Dandoob and Time Taxi is, we should probably give him a lot of crap for it, but I also don't really care that he's finally playing a Swift. I'll be curious to see if it changes his results or not. But
he must be Swift, by the way.
Yeah, so, but again, this is another good lineup with good cars, so they should be pretty competitive this season. And then we have Hyperspace Renegades. RJ, do you want to talk about the team? Let's talk about the changes. You only really have one, right?
I feel like, instead of it's pretty much the same team as last time, except we got Advanced now, and B11, but we don't talk about that.
Yeah.
Advanced is a good swap. Advanced is definitely a good
extremely good pickup.
Yeah, and he's in the Civic EF, which is a great car.
Yep.
Power Rocket, huh?
Power Rocket. I love my balances in this game, so...
Nice. That's exciting. Does that thing still have, 6 pips?
Not 6 anymore, but 5 still.
5, yeah. That's...
not left in this coffee,
For sure, for sure. Yeah, and then, unsurprisingly, Dater's in Slingshot. I think a lot of us saw that one coming, right? Yeah. And then, Gilles in Solaire, and then Copper makes the very bold decision to take Sandivore.
He really likes that car.
Yeah. Hey, man. I mean, Fedestic did pretty well with it last season, so it definitely can. He can make it work. Best of luck to you guys. It's another solid lineup. We got what? That's a rocket balanced, rocket
balance,
off-road, and you do have your Swift though. Yeah. So you guys are pretty much covered for whatever you need.
Yep.
Unless there's one of the very rare, almost non-existent drifter tracks out there. Which I believe that's what the Night and Marathon is supposed to be. But it's hard to make a track that's just drifter oriented. Sometimes it just happens on accident and feels like a track just mysteriously ends up being a drifter track. I don't know how it ends up happening, but
kind of like the Power Rockets for not too much.
Right. So this is a solid team. Picking up Advanced is huge. That guy, he's so good, and I'm glad to see him back in Acceleron. He definitely deserves to be here. So I'm looking forward to see how you guys do.
Absolutely.
And then the last Acceleron team is Equalizers. Again, pretty much no changes to Equalizers. They had to actually cut one of their members in order to be compliant. Was it Kolu who had to go?
No, it was Pesh.
Yeah, Kolu,
oh, that's right. It was Pesh. That's right.
Team.
Yes, that's right. That's right. My apologies. It was Pesh. So, it was just an unfortunate circumstance. We did away with pit crew role. So he had to let him go. But otherwise, they basically kept the same team together. X11 going with the incredibly bold pick of Jet Threat. Very base, but it's going to be a challenge, I'd say. But go ahead.
Talking with X11, it's just like that's his favorite car, and it's one of those where from what he tells me, it's like with Velocity X, that was his favorite car to use, and he'd been wanting to use it in this league.
Mm-hmm.
But I think if I remember correctly, I don't know what brought him to use Iridium last season.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was for what was it? Just to kind of stay with the pack.
Mm-hmm.
So, especially with him kind of having fun this season, I feel like.
Yeah, well, I wish him the best with that pick. He's got a pretty good team around him, though. I mean, 2 rockets, right? Because they have the Sylvia and Slingshot. And then they have Swift with Night Shifter. Lotar and Night Shifter should be pretty good. He's very fast. And then Gunner is in Power Rage, which is balanced, and Gunner can basically keep up with anybody in a balanced car. So that doesn't really... Yeah, it didn't really change much for him. He'll be competitive constantly. It's been a long time since we've seen Gunner in Acceleron. Like a very long time. And same with... I don't think we've ever seen Dasher in Acceleron, have we?
No. Well, last season. Dasher was in last season with Shade of Speeders.
Oh, duh. Of course.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
But yeah, we haven't seen Gunner in Acceleron in a while, so it'll be fun to have him back up there competing with everybody else in Acceleron. I'm really looking forward to see how these guys do.
And just another thing too, like Gunner wasn't last Bread Bowl. It was the Bread Bowl before.
He won it. Yeah.
Yeah, he won it with Power Rage. So he understands the vehicle, and he very much is skilled with it. So I think he's more skilled with Power Rage than Reverb than anything.
Yeah, and I think he'll be a pretty serious threat on a week-to-week basis. That'll be very fun. Off to the Nitrox teams, where they have all the screenshots are super zoomed in because there's one extra driver on all these teams. We have the Black Flag Scallywags, which is Swole, and then Gambler, Edu. Is it Lear or is it Liar? I don't know how you pronounce that.
Lear.
Lear. Okay. They have Pesh and Bear Legals. This is going to be a pretty interesting team. I I haven't seen from Lear in a while, but I know they were active, and they've got the Golf, so it should be pretty quick. Edu's got Night Shifter, which is very good. Improvito 1 is a very solid car as well, and that's what Swole ended up picking. Yeah. So, yeah, I think they honestly got a pretty strong lineup for Nitrox.
I do feel the top 3 drivers on this team would be is definitely Swole's, Gambler, and Edu, because 2 Rockets and the Swift. I'd like Edu definitely, because last season he was in the Audi Quattro, if I remember correctly, right? Yeah.
Yes.
And with him being able just to switch into a Swift, it's definitely going to be a change of pace, and I feel like he'll definitely show more potential, more full potential in this season with that car.
Yeah, I think so. I'm looking forward to seeing how this team does. It will be interesting. I don't know what car Bear's going to use, but yeah, it's going to be it'll be fun to see. I think they've got a pretty good lineup, all things considered. Like, honestly, I think they've got a very strong lineup for Nitrox. Then we have Wolfpack. So Curlworks kind of split in half almost. Gore was going to retire, then he ended up with another team, but we basically split it right in half. And so he has basically the original team slot, and he kept Billick. Billick chose to stick with him. But then he brought in Lilac, Alyssa, Big Moo, and Spleezu. And yeah, this team is going to be pretty good because Wolf is very quick, Billick is very quick, and Spleezu is very, very quick. And then I think Alyssa and Big Moo are also good drivers, and they have good cars. So I think it's a team that some people are going to sleep on.
I think these are the best choices they had all the time ever since they joined the league, both Alyssa and Big Moo.
Mm-hmm.
And they like to call themselves the Swift pack because 5 out of 6 cars are Swift.
Yep. Yeah, they are taking themselves very seriously as they have almost all Swifts. So yeah, that's always a good sign for look for that when the season gets started. Swifts are good on almost every track, so that they'll be very competitive pretty much anywhere they go. What the heck? What is that blue square? Did I leave something selected on this? What the fuck happened? Has that been on every slide? Oh my god, it has. That's hilarious. I don't even know why this is there. Oh well.
Can I do a little teaser before we go to the next team?
Yeah.
Give me a second, I'll post it real quick. It's taking a long time to post, but I'll post it real quick in chat.
You posted a livery?
Yeah.
Nice.
Because I'm really hyped how this is looking. Like, I know Wolf will see it later on today, probably.
Mm-hmm.
Which is probably going to be like...
It'll be before this video comes out.
Today before the video comes out, not a lot of people will.
Right.
And it's posting right now.
Is it in the recording chat?
Yeah, it should be any second, please. I'm in my phone internet, by the way. God damn it! It's not uploading. Give me a second.
Make just a 5-hour video, Gore.
We have the ad revenue, the non-existent ad revenue.
Technically, videos that last longer than 30 minutes get better views and ad revenue.
Yes, because I'm definitely monetized. I'm definitely monetized right now.
Think of the funding. Think of the funding for Bread Bowl. Think of the funding.
For this whole bit.
Gore is definitely suffering a lot from the internet connection.
Because God damn it, it's taking a lifetime to upload. What the fuck? What the fuck?
It's definitely taking you away.
Yeah, you're like, your internet's like, oh, you're trying to do one extra thing. I'm gonna kill you now. You're disintegrating.
Now it's not letting me upload. It just got the fucking error message.
All right. Well, you know what? If you ever get it posted, I have a livery to show off later. So just keep trying, and we'll come back to you in a couple of minutes.
Okay. I'll
So,
do my best.
Yota, tell me about your team.
Yes. Well, I decided to have fun this season, so I went ahead and decided to scrap Baja Truck into pieces and picked up H24. I feel I deserve a chance with this car. I messed up with H24 and with Fusions. I really feel like I dropped the ball with it, and I want to prove that this car is good.
Mm-hmm.
I love this car.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, I am working with Rocker for our team track, and to me, with me and him both being in Rockets, I really do feel we definitely have a good chance, especially with like Rocker's skill. He's been, even though like we've had a long break, he's improving, and especially driving in Solaire, both 3-pip Rockets, especially. But the thing is with Solaire, he does get the additional bonus from switching from bar to boost pips, so he does get a faster regeneration than me. Then of course TJ's still with the Lancia L37. He loves this car to death. And so it's kind of hurt because I told him.
Oh, hey.
Anyway, Gore.
Guess what? You're being interrupted now. Get dusted,
No.
Yota. Check it out. There it is. We have sufficiently pranked Yota.
Let's go.
How to talk about Gore too, and yet here this is what I get. But that's beautiful. I like that livery.
Yeah, it looks really good. I like how you're going with the sunrise, like the Japanese sunrise theme, right?
Yeah. And each card has their own kanji, like representing each person. Like for example, when I made the one for what was the new guy in Wolfpack? In Wolfpack, Lila P.
Yeah.
I put for him like the kanji for Nobis, and for Alice I put the one that's called Celebrity or Idol. I don't recall exactly, but it was one of those two. And for his I put the one that meant boss. So I'm putting a different kanji on each one.
Well, yeah. I mean, it looks really good. So that's exciting. I always love Gore liveries. Just so fire. So yeah. Anyway, Yota, continue.
That face. Yeah, TJ's driving an off-roader. He could bitch and cry, I guess. I don't know. No.
Oh my gosh.
He's not. He's not the love child for this season, as I picked Rocker. Okay. As I'm going with Rocker, TJ is definitely gonna have. I'm gonna have to use him as like last season, where I'm gonna have to throw him on tracks I believe he'll be good with, as like you guys discussed earlier, how like off-roaders are kind of like balance cars, and that's what I've always seen TJ mostly driving as a balance car. So it's just an additional bonus that he could drive off-road. So it's definitely
he's still versatile in my eyes. It's just having to go on the tracks and figuring out which one to send them on, and especially with Kolu as well, driving with the Modificato, and is another 4-pip vehicle. It's funny. I like Kolu's choice. It's just kind of funny how he's kind of going for like the non-conventional cars as well too.
Mm-hmm.
But it's definitely still a good car. It's been a while since I've seen him drive. It's been a while since I've seen him on. So hopefully he comes back and gets back with me so we can all get together for practice. And he still does good with it too. And I do want to see him grow because he has the ability to grow like Rocker and TJ. And with a car like the Modificato, how small it is, he's definitely could be another versatile driver. Then Gore driving La Fosta. What was your original pick again, Gore? Before you picked La Fosta?
Muscle tone.
Yeah. It was not going to work.
Yeah, as you guys can see, Gore's on my team. I picked up your team captain. He's mine now. So I could have picked up my old team captain, but Dasher said no and made me cry. But yeah, Gore and La Fosta, it's definitely better than a drifter, but I'm not gonna sit there and say anything else.
La Fosta is a great car, and Gore will be great with it. And if I had, if I wasn't a jet themed team, you would probably see me in a La Fosta this season, which is why the demo livery, of course, was on a La Fosta.
I won't lie. I just picked La Fasta because I think someone else would have tried to get it aside from you, so I wanted to also block it from the gate.
Surprise! I'm not in that car, but that may happen one day. I know.
I was expecting more people to pick 4-pip balance cars, like.
And it's originally a bar.
Or
it has that. It has the inverter perk usable. So.
Yeah, it has the extra benefit of using inverter.
Yep. Yeah, I agree with you. I'm surprised that nobody else picked it, but hey, maybe in the future.
Then my last driver, Turtle Pope, in Night Shifter. Another vehicle I had to kind of like shove down another driver's throat because he wanted to drive Demo Derby.
So oh, jeez. What a legend. Man, Pato kept him from being based. I can't believe it. Or not Pato. Jesus Christ. Yota. I'm sorry. Yota kept him from being based. Pato didn't stop anybody. I said Pato, didn't I? Oh, gosh. This podcast has been going on too long. I'm sorry.
I sat there and told him, and I'm like, yeah, I love your ideas. Don't get me wrong. Maybe next season, like I've been telling Rocker, but and I'm like, we'll train you. We'll get you ready for this season. And he's like, all right, I'll go with Night Shifter because it was between Night Shifter and Synchro. And I was like, cool, Night Shifter, outstanding vehicle. But, I'm definitely happy.
Yeah. I'm sure.
Had to be done. There's time for business.
Yeah. I feel that.
I feel like, yeah, next season I'll let everyone just choose whatever at this point.
Fair enough. All right, next team. Racing drones. Pato, do you want to talk about this team, or do you want me to do it?
Yeah, you can give it the intro.
Sure. So we have Den Mirasan. He is in the Honda Civic EF, although I heard that originally he was supposed to be in a balanced.
Yeah, I think it's RD09.
Yeah. There's a little story behind that.
Yeah, can you tell the story with that, out of curiosity?
So you see on Mechanica, the track Shutter made.
Yeah.
you will notice it's a balance track.
Right.
There's a reason for that. And Shadow found out like not mid, like once Dan had already fixed his car, and once Shadow finished the track, then he found out he had made a switch. So he went and modified it with like interactive objects to make it somewhat of a Swift track.
Right.
Which isn't that hard to do with Swifts.
Right.
But that was a headache, yeah.
Yeah, I love that story. It kind of cracks me up.
It's Initial D's fault, which we are kind of rebranding. Not rebranding, we're not doing that. But the headcanon is that we are the Initial Drones.
Right. Which is fun. I love the whole thing. Like that whole the gimmick is very fun. I really enjoy it. It feels very unique and fresh and just kind of a fun, kind of silly way to do all that. I love it. It's fun. Great team for it too. So I mean, it's basically BS or not BSB. Gosh, I'm losing it. It's BHR. It's basically just BHR with Pato, which is. Yeah. I don't know if they intended it. Guys, my brain is giving up. My brain's giving up. I don't know if they intended for it to be that way. I know we're almost there. I don't know if they intended for it to be like this, but it just seems like that's kind of how it happened. They started recruiting and and Shuby and Norton were like, we're a package deal, and then was like, okay, join, and then Star and Maurice just also happened to follow. And then you were kind of looking for something a bit more chill, right? So you came down here as well, which is a great place for you.
I wasn't sure if I was going to come back to the league. Like I didn't want to not come back, but once things were more chill, I knew I wanted to be back. And with Norton not being able to be captain, I thought maybe I would make a really casual team and invite some of the more casual players to the team and play it out differently, but it's what I wanted. So yeah.
Yeah, it looks like a fun team. I'm sure you guys are gonna have a really good time this season. Like just fun, regardless of performance. Like this is one of those teams where like it's just all vibes. Like I look at this team and I think, they're just gonna be vibing. They're just gonna be hanging out. They're not. They're gonna have a good time and they're not gonna, and that's awesome. I think.
While we were talking here, I was working on my livery because we've been really pushing that back.
Oh, yeah.
I am very proud of how this is turning out. I can maybe share a little sneak peek.
Ooh, okay.
Let's keep talking about the members and I'll be getting it.
Yeah, so Stars in Battle Spec. And Battle Spec is balanced, right? Because the joke is that all of the Acceleracers cars are balanced pretty much. So, and then Norton's in Synchro, which is that's a funny typo. Synerco. Should be.
Synerco.
Synchro, which is the one that isn't, right? Is it's a Swift. Shuby picked Bully Goat, which is wholly based. That's Drifter, right?
The reasoning behind that is it was one of his favorite childhood cars.
Ah, gotcha.
Got some decent success with him. One of the Red Bulls.
I think didn't Jumpy use it?
I don't remember if Jumpy used it at all.
No, he did. I think he did.
I think it was Jumpy used it. You used it as well? Yeah. I think drifters are slept on. I think they can be pretty good, just depending on circumstances. The EF is obviously pretty good. The Nissan, which the name is so freaking long that I cut it off and said forget about it, is a great car. Is it Impavito, or did he typo this as well?
Impavito.
It is Impavito.
Wait.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So, it's another good car. Isn't it a 4 pip rocket, or is it? It's a rocket, right?
4 pip rocket.
Yeah.
It is a rocket.
Quite reliable. It's grippy.
Yes. Yeah, it's a good car. So, he has the right cars for sure. Ooh. Hello. Yes. I love this. I love this little sneak peek we got. It's a drone duck. I love it. It's so cute.
I will say, it's Racing Drones is not lore accurate. There's no RDO9 or RDO5. Hell, not even RDO2. So,
someone banned Yota right now for forgetting that one of those is banned. One of those is banned. That's why. They absolutely would have used RDO2 if it wasn't banned.
Yeah. To me, it's not accurate. We got our knockoff techie team. We got the knockoff Metal Maniac, aka BSB, and we have Racing Drones, but it's not Racing Drones.
I can make them look like it. All these cars could look like it. You make it happen.
You'll have to see the synchro. Synchro is looking great.
Okay.
Let's just say they'll be. Don't worry, they'll be Racing Drones looking cars before long. And then finally, Aerial Aces. I am the captain, of course. I picked Speed Slayer. Interestingly, I was originally going to take the Corvette C8R GT3, but then RaceFam was like, yeah, I think I'm going to use that. And I was like, okay, back to the drawing board. And this was like just a couple days before the draft, or maybe during the draft, actually. And someone recommended, I think it was one of my guys, I don't remember if it was Bizor or Fidestic. I think it was Fidestic. They're like, give Speed Slayer a shot. It's for another 4-pip rocket, but it's also really good. And I was like, sure. And so I hopped in it, and I started driving it. And after a little bit of thinking, I was like, yeah, no, this is the one. This is it. So I picked Speed Slayer. And then a lot of the car picks for the season were on vibes. Nazarex is a big driver in the first game. We managed to bring him over. Bizor really helped bring him over. He's going to be very good for us. I'm super excited to have him on the team. He's active. He's training. He's going to be great. He's in the Jesco because, again, he's got a lot of the energy from the first game. He played the first game. He still plays the first game quite a bit, and that card's very good in that game. So he feels at home there. Bizor wanted to go kick it old school, and so he's back on Street Wiener. Footloose loves Iridium, so he's back on Iridium. And Fidestic also went with a throwback and picked Exotic. So we are, if I recall correctly, we're the only team with no Swifts. We went no Swifts, so we'll see how that goes. But I'm really excited for the season. I'm very confident in my guys, so I think it's gonna be a great season, and I'm really excited to see what we can do. We're all helping each other out a bunch, and we're starting to see some liveries. I know that has been kind of like a mystery. We've not had liveries for the longest time, but I've got a couple of sneak previews to show you guys. Full screen. Here's
that's clean.
Speed Slayer is done, and oh man, this thing is so sharp. I love it. I really love it.
Fidestic sponsors are so good.
Yeah, and Fidestics is, I think it's done. It finished and it's out now, and it is also just a phenomenal car. I mean, look at this. It's so sharp, man. It's so good. Yeah. Wumpy reappeared and he started cooking, and man, he's going crazy because these cars look phenomenal. I'm super excited to see how the others look.
I will say Wumpy has been working on a lot of team cars.
Yes.
He's done, of course, mainly Riptide, but he also is working on yours, and he did my teams. and I'm trying to remember. I think he did someone else's, didn't he?
Yeah, I think he did.
Last season he did Equalizers.
Yeah.
No.
He did. He also did BHR
this
last season. I don't know who he did this season. It's just he didn't do BSB. He didn't do. I think it is just a couple teams this season.
Yeah, and he's such a talented livery artist, and
yep.
To me, he should do it for a job.
Yeah, I agree. But he does a great job with it. I super appreciate all his work with the original concepts, and then coming back and putting these liveries together. I'm thrilled with how they're turning out so far. I can't wait to see the others when they're done. And yeah, I mean, we're coming along, and I'm very, very happy with it. And I think it's going to be a great season. We've got a good team, and I think things are looking good. And Gore died again. Rest in peace. A moment of silence for Gore, who just exploded.
Rip.
Okay, that's enough. And with that, I think that's an episode. Like, holy crap.
There is. That was at least like 2 hours, I feel.
2.5 hours. Yeah, 2.5 hour episode.
Yeah.
We had a lot to talk about though. It was a good one. Any other anything else to say?
Play Street.
Play Street. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, it sounds like we've all gotten our thoughts out there. Thank you guys for joining me. It's all good. Thank you guys for joining me on this one. And the rest of the season, we're gonna keep up with it, and they won't be 2.5 hours long, which may be a good thing, may be a bad thing, depending on if you like the really, really long episodes. So, that's about it for us. Y'all take care. Remember to check out the links in the description. So the links will be the Rumination game server. If you have any interest in helping with that game, my wife is putting together, or just you want to support the community and check it out as it's being developed, we really appreciate that a lot. If you want to join the league and you're not currently in it, there will be a link to the server in the description. And then again, if you are interested in seeing Kami's video on what happened with Shaded Speeders, that will also be in the description. So check all those out. Thanks to Pato for the schedule graphic. I appreciate that. It looks fantastic, and it made it really easy for us to talk about the schedule. And thank you guys for joining. And yeah, we'll see you all next time. Yes? Yep. Yeah, that.
Follow the WRU.
Oh yeah.
TikTok and YouTube channel. Yeah.
There, bingo.
All three.
Do those. Follow those. They're somewhere. Maybe in the description. Probably. I'm dying. Yeah, follow those as well. Yeah, well, my voice is exhausted, so that's what's really happening. But yeah, that's it. We'll see you guys next time. Take care.
Bye.
Bye. Thanks for watching. And thank goodness Footloose isn't here to say Cinco de Mayo. It'd be. No, God, I shouldn't even say that. All right. Bye.